Today we have this tool that is from AliExpress. This is the BHBT 27-in-1 multi-tool, but it is also on Amazon, I think. And I will leave a link to what this tool looks like on Amazon and also the link to AliExpress. Sometimes these tools are appearing on Amazon and they have one picture, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, but then they don't ship for a couple months. So I will leave both links for you. Now, the first thing I want to mention is the handles, the tool, how it looks like on the outside. I have to say, first of all, that I am pretty impressed with the finish on this. I really like the design, almost like the stonewashed. I was trying to think of that word a little while ago, but the stonewash look, I like this pocket clip. And then on the ends, it looks like these are glow in the dark. Some of the models had them. I tested these. These are not glow in the dark, but they have these spacers that I think they're trying to lighten up this multi-tool. But we'll talk a little bit later how it's still a little on the heavy side for me, but I know a lot of you don't care about that. Now, when we talk about outside tools, I think that's pretty important. And then we'll go on the inside and look at the pliers. One of the big news about this tool is it's almost getting some Victorinox looking tools. So on this side, one of the big changes to this tool is we have the serrated blade, and all these are locking, but I don't think this rope cutter, no, the rope cutter is not locking. All the rest are. So we have a sort of mini serrated blade. Then we have this file that actually looks half decent, although the depth on the file on this side seems a little shallow to me. On the other side, it looks okay, but just be aware it's probably not the best file out there. And then the scissors we'll test a little bit later. And then I do like the looks of this locking knife as well. There's no information on AliExpress about the materials used, so you have to sort of guess what it's made out of. Now on this rope cutter, it does seem fairly sharp. I feel like sometimes they're not machined perfectly, but this is a $27 tool, so I guess, you know, is what it is. And then there is the flat screwdriver on the end. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to the scissors. Now for the scissor test, someone in my family, I think, stole the string that I had to test. So I'm going to just do a couple extra cuts on this plastic. And yeah, it cuts very well. Now let's go ahead and do the paracord, and I was actually cutting the opposite way. This really slices through the paracord, but one of the things I noticed with these scissors is it does a lot better down near the pivot at the bottom right here. Let's go ahead, turn this around, do some of the double-sided inner tube, slices right through that. Let's go ahead and take it over to the seat belt. Let's do it this way so you can actually see it cutting. Slices right through the seat belt. These seem to be on par almost with the Leatherman Alpha, at least with the first cut. They're cutting through pretty good, but I do feel like the Leatherman Alpha does a little bit better through this tow rope right here. Now I have carried this to work with me for about a week or so. But I'll finish up, I guess, with my review of why I'm not carrying this to work, even though I do really like a lot of the aspects of this tool. These pliers seem great. They've got the replaceable cutters. They've got the crimper at the bottom. And a lot of times with these tools, they have no issues like Leatherman does with the pliers getting bound up. Not sure why, but yeah, no really issues there. Now, on this side, I have to say this is a little bit of a better tool set for me. I used this long screwdriver over and over again, this flat screwdriver. I think I forgot that there was actually a thicker screwdriver right here. So that's really handy as well. And then this is your bottle opener, this is your can opener, and the wire stripper. So all these tools I'm pretty impressed with. This is probably one of my favorite tool sets on this side. A lot of times it seems like they throw in those silly rope cutters, and at least it's on the outside. You do have an extra flat edge, a flat screwdriver with that. And this seems like a lot beefier of a rope cutter. If you're into rope cutters, I think that's the way to go. Then you have this locking bit driver, double-sided, the ball detent, and then the rest of the bits for you. And then this case is very mediocre, has a little elastic that you can put the toolkit into. Not too much to say about that. But for $27, what can you expect when Leatherman doesn't even include any sheath or bit kit? All right, so the big thing about this is these are 5mm bits. Now, yes, that is not such a big deal now that from Decoyu you can get this 5mm to 1/4" adapter. I understand that that's not a huge deal anymore, but I don't like to carry a bunch of things that can get lost in my pockets at work. I'm getting really tired of carrying all kinds of adapters. I want a 1/4" driver on my tool. So that's why probably the only reason I won't be carrying this tool anymore to work. Otherwise, I think it's a fantastic tool. If you don't care about 1/4" bit driver, if you're willing to carry the adapter, this is an amazing tool for $27. Probably one of my favorites on the market right now. This is probably one of my top 5 that I would recommend. This is fantastic. The pliers, the inside. Now, I don't think there's any ruler markings on this, so that's something else that we don't have. Now, it does come with this instruction sheet where it talks about the long nose pliers, regular pliers, wire cutter, hard wire cutter, and then on here it describes the bits you get: the T5, the card retrieval needle, the SIM card ejector, I guess it would be, the flat screwdriver 5, the screwdriver H3, the T10, the screwdriver for glass repair, and then the flat screwdriver 3. Right here are these bits. So yeah, you get some. This is a very small, like an eyeglass screwdriver tip right there, like a micro driver, which is nice that they include that. Included with the tool is a double-sided Phillips. You get a double-sided flat, and then you get these Torx and yeah, these hex wrenches. Then it goes in to talk about the scissors, double-sided file, the screwdriver, safety lock, flat screwdriver, rope cutter, serrated knife, wire stripper, big screwdriver, bottle opener. Then it calls this the sled cone for whatever reason, but the smaller screwdriver, all in threading hole, the can opener, and the knife. A very nice tool set. I think it's well worth the $27. Again, the only reason I'm not using this as my work tool is I don't want to take an extra piece that I can lose to work with me. Now let's go ahead and weigh this. That's, I guess, one of the other reasons for this tool. I keep searching for a lightweight option with all the tools that I like, and this comes in at 9.5 ounces. I really would prefer to find a tool under 8 ounces, even lighter than the Leatherman Wave. I would love to find a really nice work tool somewhere in that happy medium range, but so far I haven't found one that completely checks all the boxes, but I'm still looking. One of the ways that I enjoyed carrying this to work was I make so many eBay purchases, and one of the things I got extra while I was buying a multi-tool is this Real Man leather holster sheath right here, and the only place I could find this is on Facebook, and apparently they sell this, a company sells this off of Facebook. The store, when I looked at the store website, it looks like it's not even quite up and running yet, but I thought I'd just talk about the sheath for a little bit. Now this came to me used, so yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of fraying, but it was used. I don't know how long the person before me used and abused it, but I actually like it, and it seems to work really good. So that was a big plus for me. Now, some time back, Wuben sent me the PL01, and this right now is on sale on Amazon for $19.97, I think it is, under $20. This is a great flashlight, and I was prepared to not like it, to be honest, because I thought this is a little pen light. I work doing HVAC on commercial systems, and this came in handy more often than I realized. It's very lightweight. It fits in my shirt pocket, and I love this. It's really cool. Now, one of the other things besides this amazing price is that this is the rechargeable battery, and then you can use 2 AA batteries. So that's pretty cool that you have that dual power mode with this flashlight. I think that's a great option to have. And then you have this pocket clip where you can either put on your ball cap at work. Sometimes that's very handy to have a hands-free flashlight, or you can use this like on your belt or in your pocket. Now, one of the other things that I was really impressed with is this has only 4 modes. I get really tired of flashlights with an extreme amount of modes unless they're very exciting and unique, but this has the moonlight mode right there, and then you just gently tap it, then low, and then medium, and then high. And then it goes back to that moonlight mode. I really like that it's so simple. And for the moonlight mode, it's 1 lumen. For the low, it's 50 lumens. For the medium, it's 150. Then for the high, it's 650, and then it will drop down. So that's really a cool flashlight, $20, well worth it. I think this is great. So big thanks to Wuben for sending this to the channel. It does come with a charging cord, a lanyard, and 2 gaskets. I've already moved them somewhere else, but this, again, a really cool little light. And let's go ahead, just do a quick weight test on this. The more gear you get, sometimes you realize, wow, things add up really quickly in your pockets. 1.7 ounces, or move this over to grams, 48 grams, a very lightweight EDC option.